Hey guys, Pitch here, and today I want to do a bit of a scientific experiment. The way that I'm currently proccing Feeding Frenzy is via my Hungry Loop. My zombies are slotted in here, and they are supported by Feeding Frenzy, so in turn my zombies keep Feeding Frenzy up all the time. Now for one of my endgame options, I'm looking at pushing my energy shield as much as possible. Obviously with that we sacrifice a bit of damage, but to be honest, we're outputting so much damage anyway, I'd rather have a really well balanced end build. And the option for energy shield just means getting rid of the hungry loop. And what I'm looking at replacing it with is potentially this Primordial Might. So today I want to do a test. I'm going to run the same map with the hungry loop, so as it is. Then I'm going to swap out the hungry loop for this normal unset ring, and we're going to slot in Primordial Might. I want to see if that emulates Feeding Frenzy, or how well it emulates Aggression. And the third option is also just for mapping, it won't be for bosses, is to slot in Feeding Frenzy directly in my 6 link. I will want to replace one of my red sockets with a white, so I could replace damage on full life with Feeding Frenzy. But for now, because I don't have that, I'm going to actually just take out minion damage. Remember, it's the aggression that we're looking at here, and I want to strike the best balance possible. So these are the 3 options that we're going to test. Let's get going. Okay, so this is the build as it is now. So this is test number 1 using the Hungry Loop, which is using the zombies to proc Feeding Frenzy. I'm not going to use any flasks. We're going to do the shrines so that we can AFK them and just see how aggressive the Carrion Golems actually are. So you can see that the Carrion Golems actually lag behind quite a bit, which is why permaphasing on this build is so useful, because they just clean up after us. Alright, so we'll just AFK this and see how they act. Yeah, I mean, hard to tell what the radius really was there. We'll try another one. See over here at the top. Yeah, it took him a while to actually jump that far away from me. Okay, so for test number 2, we've swapped out the Hungry Loop and we've put zombies in just another unset ring. And we're using Feeding Frenzy in the 6 link. Now, I expect this to be the best of the 3. Because I played Syndicate Operatives last league, and their aggression went through the roof when you actually slotted Feeding Frenzy into the 6 link. Having it propped by anything else just felt lackluster compared to having it in the 6 link. So I expect this to feel the best, but obviously losing damage on full life out of our 6 link is gonna. I'll have to run the numbers, but yeah, this test is just focused on aggression. You see there, they're actually proactive rather than just reactive. The Carrion Golems were actually in front of me at one point there. In fact, they are now. It definitely performs better I'm not sure it performs better enough to lose a gem out of the 6 link and the amount of damage that would cost us. So, yeah, I don't know. But just putting it out there, that option is there. And it does feel better. Let's just pick up a shrine. Oh, no shrine? Wow, we were unlucky to miss all of them. Kidding me. I had to do that in case we got the twins. Yeah, I mean, this guy jumps all the way to the edge of my screen here, which, when we look at the footage from the Hungry Loop, they just weren't being that aggressive. Okay, so that's an interesting option. Okay, so the third and final option and thing we want to test is using Primordial Might. So this says summon golems are aggressive. Now, I've read about this and I've read varying reports about it being useless, not working. I read that it was patched. It was patched last year, but I can't find any sort of comparison between this and Feeding Frenzy, direct comparison. So we're going to test that out now. So we slotted that in. We went back to the normal 6 link, and we're just using Raise Zombie and Unset Ring, so Hungry Loop's not in the picture. So the only way we're getting aggression now is through Primordial Might. Yeah, he jumped forward then, in the same way that that they did with Feeding Frenzy in the 6 link. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. Yeah, they're everywhere. All right. So I hope you found those tests interesting. It was something that I was genuinely testing. I wanted to compare the Primordial Might against Feeding Frenzy, just to give me that option. We're at 98 now, so when we get to 100, I'll be looking at the total energy shield pool, and I want to be pushing that towards 5.5k. And to do that, I'm going to have to use 2 really big energy shield unset rings. So by being able to drop the Hungry Loop, it gives me that option, and that was just an important option for me to have, or for the build to have. So my conclusion would be Primordial Might does the job. I'd be happy to drop the Hungry Loop at this point. Picking up an extra in the skill tree, you're going to be picking up an extra zombie from here. So that makes sure we have 10 non-golem minions around all the time. So that takes away the requirement of having a summon phantasm linked in the Hungry Loop as well. So for me, Primordial Might, that wins hands down. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Did you see anything in the gameplay where you thought, well, come on, Pidge, that far outperforms the other one? I'd just be interested to see what you observed, but the feel of it and the opportunity cost, so I'm losing very little damage by using Primordial Might. Yes, I could put a GG Ghastly Eye Jewel or maybe another Eminence in there, but so what? I mean, this is going to give me another 16% increase energy shield plus a flat 60, which is huge. And with the potential of getting minion damage on there as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you want to see more PoE content, please subscribe. Again, I'm interested to hear your observations. So please comment down below. Alright, see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.